Okay, hello everybody. I'm just Soul, and I'm going to talk about UFC Fight Night. Poirier versus Hooker. That's right. Now, I wasn't gonna make a video on this, but the two main events of the evening are pretty damn good. The co-main event and the main event are pretty good. They will be interesting for sure. Is due to the level of the level at which both of the fighters are at. And I'm talking not just about Poirier Hooker, I mean in the co-main event as well. It was the same scenario. They're both on similar types of level. Actually, I take that back. I remember now. It's Mickey Gall versus Mike Perry. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so let's get straight into it. UFC Fight Night Poirier versus Hooker. I'm just going to talk about the main card. I'm not going to talk about anything else. Okay, so if you think that I'm going to talk about the prelims, I'm going to watch them, hopefully, and I'm going to enjoy them. But at the moment, the main card is the main focus because that's what defines whose career is going to get pushed to the top of the ladder as such and get the title shots, etc. So, Dustin Poirier versus Dan Hooker. This one, completely to me, it seems as though that is going to be Dustin Poirier. Okay, simply because Dustin Poirier has fought the better competition, without a doubt. If you look at the level of competition of who he's fought in his previous fight, who did he fight? He lost to the undefeated Khabib Nurmagomedov. The only other, then he was on a run before that. Prior to that, he was going on a big run, and then he finally came to Khabib, and on the main stage, he just can't get the extra level. It's kind of like Alexander Gustafsson. They don't have that extra gear, or maybe they do. But there's just some tweaking that they need to do, and I think that's where Dustin Poirier needs to lies. Really, he's one of them guys who's. I think one of his problems is he is a bit too nice. There's some mind shift he needs to have where he's more of a killer fighter. Um, Now, with as far as um, as far as Dan Hooker is concerned, without a doubt, he's had some good. He's strung up a good amount of victories. I mean, but I'll be honest with you, the previous fight that he had was against Paul Felder. Paul Felder is a great competitor. He's a real tough fighter. But what I found is he's a bit stale at that top level. I don't know whether for me, it might be a mind shift as well, like Jorge Masvidal, George Masvidal, where they they play it safe and try to outpoint and outwin the fighter. Although he's got he got a submission victory against Mark Diakese, and he was a guy who's getting pushed to the top of the sky at a particular point. And Paul Felder, he was a great test. The unfortunate thing is he was in the main event, and for me, it was just basically he's just trying to learn combinations and just a few combinations. But the thing is, he did take a lot of punishment himself as well. Obviously, Paul Felder is not he's a great fighter. I'm not going to deny that. Not insulting him at all. But if you're scrambling be the best and go, you know what, you're awesome, you're the next level guy, and you're clearly not, you're doing something wrong in this regard, in terms of knocking out guys. I think, to be honest, I think both of them who moved up to 155, that's a good thing, especially for Dan Hooker. He's 6 foot tall. My God, he was fighting at 145, cutting down so much weight. How the hell did he get down to that? Oh, but what is it? Dustin Poirier. He's at 5'9", 155 pounds, perfect weight. He will not be cutting a lot of weight. You know what? This says a lot to me. Sure, he's got a 2-inch reach advantage, but the styles are very similar. Except I feel as though that Poirier is a bit faster. He's got more straight shots, whereas with Paul Felder, he's got more hooking shots. If you notice when he's throwing his punches together, he's hooking quite a bit. So it seems to me that, quite frankly, I just feel as though that Dustin Poirier is going to win this. And I'll tell you why. Another good thing is about Poirier is whenever he loses a fight, he then comes back even stronger and he goes on a winning spree. So then the previous fight that he had was against Khabib Nurmagomedov, and then he's gone on a winning spree, full throttle, non-stop. Yeah, look at the records. They're quite similar: 28-0, 25-6-0. But I'm gonna have to say this: Dan Hooker's fought less competition, less of a level of competition than Dustin Poirier. This is his litmus test. I don't think he's gonna be up for it. He has lost in the past, and if he's gonna win, he's gonna have to win in over 5 rounds. And come on, Dustin Poirier knocked out the title contender right now, which is Gaethje. He knocked him out. That's saying something. Dustin Gaethje's just been on a tear lately. He's just knocked out a whole load of guys. He knocked him out, and he was fighting him. It was in a 4th round as well. So he's not going to switch off Dustin Poirier. He's got that. He is, regardless of what you want to say, he's got strength at 155, because against Max Holloway, he did put him. He did put him away. He's beaten him twice. So I think the level is going to be too much for Dan Hooker. I'm sorry to say. If Dan Hooker is going to win this, he's going to win by a 5-round decision. And I think, unfortunately, that's the way it's going to go. It's going to be a 5-round decision, but it's going to be to Dustin Poirier. Yeah, I think Dustin Poirier, when his back's against the fence, somehow he just does it. I think what it is, he has got a lot of pressure, really. But look at the stats here. 52% by KO and 50% by KO for him. So similar. Submission, 35% for similar there. By decision, 24%, 15% similar. Average fight time, similar. They don't want to take each other's down. You know what will be funny is if Dustin Poirier's got a wrestling background, he has got a bit of a wrestling background, he could use it against a tall guy like that. He can easily use it, but he doesn't use it. I don't understand that as well. That's a bit of a weird one. Maybe he thinks, man, I got these hands, man. Who knows? Look at the stats. I mean, significant strikes, 49%, 5.59, 56% defense in significant strikes. Grappling, 1.75. I think he's going to go to his bread and butter. If he doesn't go to his bread and butter, he's trying to take him down, because don't forget, you got the fight. Look at the size of him. He's 5'9", fighting a 6-foot guy. The only way you're gonna hit him is by coming close, and you're gonna have to use something, and whatever you got in the bag, you've got your wrestling. Use it while you can. Takedown accuracy, well, I don't think it applies for either of the guys, because they don't really use it, and I think that's where Poirier is as well. His wrestling is non-existent. With his submission average 1.32, that's pretty good. So everything, it points up to none other than Dustin Poirier for me. And I was gonna go for him anyway, because I can't see Dan Hooker's. He's been promoted quite a bit, but the thing is, if you look at his victories, the last 2 have come by decision, so you can't really say, you know what, he's an extraordinary fighter. Okay, the next fight on the next co-main event Oh my gosh, this is crazy! And I mean crazy for Mike Perry. What are you doing? And I mean this in no disrespect. I mean this just as an objective observer. I'm not a trainer or anything like that. I just mean it out of just looking for yourself, man. I'm just looking at for as an observer. I look at yourself, Mike, and I think, dude, what are you doing, man? You're not taking your career very seriously, from my perspective. You're gonna have your girlfriend in the corner. I don't know what the deal is with that. I haven't watched your Ariel Helwani interview, whether you're really taking it seriously. Apparently, your corners don't help you anyway, but you're getting your girlfriend to be in your corner. That is a bit crazy, my friend. You have got a lot of ability, man. But the thing is, you've just as I think this is self-explanatory. Mike Perry is being set up to lose. Mickey Gall's a guy who's lost twice. I think the last guy who he lost to was a decision. It was a decision loss. No, it was Diego Sanchez, wasn't it? He got TKO'd by him or something like that in the second round. So, this is why it's going to be a bit of a crazy fight, because Mike Perry, Platinum Mike Perry, he's got it when it comes to going out entertaining. He'll go and take it out. And if he lands one of those haymakers, boom, shakalaka is gonna end Mickey Gall. And size difference, 6'2" and 5'10". I want to just look at the defense, the takedown defense. But the thing is, the most glaring hole that I saw was when he got submitted by Donald Cerrone, because Cerrone subbed him out and damaged his arm. So, Mike Perry, dude, you've lost, I think, 3 in a row now. And you're fighting a guy who doesn't want to stand and bang. He wants to take you to get down. He's got a jiu-jitsu black belt. And he's on a win victory or something like that. He's had quite a few victories. Yeah, he's had quite a few victories lately. And I think at the moment, I'm not sure where Mike Perry's head's at. Really don't. You can't help but be a fan of him because he's just putting himself out there, living life, living it large. But at some point, you've got to basically, have some. I can't say. I mean, look, everybody's one to their own. He's doing his job. He's doing his things. But I just see this is set up for Mickey Gall to win. And I'm going to go with Mickey Gall on this all the way. Let's look at the record, 6-2-0. I think it was Diego Sanchez, the last loss. But he's had victories lately. But he's a submission machine, and it depends on how strong Mickey's going to be. Who knows how he's going to be. The thing is, size-wise, obviously 5'10", and he's 170 pounds, no wonder. 5'10", he should be maybe at 155, really, in my opinion now, if he really wants to take his career, because I think the power will translate for sure, but he needs a good camp. I think, I don't know what Mike Perry is doing. He's got a lot of talent. It's just, someone needs to help him. And I just mean that, like, as a human being, you know what I mean? Like a brother. I mean, it's not like a brother, like my brother literally, but I mean, it's like a brother. And you kind of think to yourself, dude, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Are you actually listening to anybody, or are you meeting the wrong people? What's going on? Okay, so we've got all the reach advantage, etc., etc., etc. But again, Mike Perry can spark him, KO him whenever he likes. Look at that. Mike Perry is not gonna go for a takedown. There is his striker versus. And the thing with Mickey Gall, though, I will say this: this is his bad part. This is where he lost to a guy who had good wrestling, and it's because he had good wrestling. Because Mickey Gall, he's not great at wrestling. He's great at jiu-jitsu, and a submission. The submission losses that he's had have been against lesser competition. I mean, CM Punk is for one, and I don't mean that disrespectful to CM Punk either, but or anyone, but KO Power. My gosh, Mike Perry, my gosh. Now I'm thinking, oh my god, Mike Perry's gonna knock him out. I think Mike Perry's gonna knock him. I really need to. I'm gonna check out the last two fights for Mickey Gall. I think the level of competition was low. So average fight time 10 minutes, 7 minutes. So they're pretty much same. Significant strikes 4.22. 47. I think he had fought a better level though. I would say that with Mike Perry's fought better level. So I'm gonna have to. Oh, this is interesting fight now. I want to watch this one. Seriously, this one looks so cool. I think Mickey's gonna get knocked out. 85%. Oh my gosh. I think his wrestling, wrestling takedown defense. I want to see that. Okay, 4.43, 4.43, right? To 3.22 for Mickey Gall, right? Okay, that's the strikes absorbed per minute. So he obviously takes a lot of. His striking defense is better. And grappling, okay, grappling. 0.62. Whoa, not much grappling. 1.5. So he's come on, he is taking him down. I just want to say takedown defense 70%. Oh, takedown accuracy for 41%. Takedown submission average norm. Mike Perry just does not care. 2.7. I've changed my mind. Mike Perry is gonna win it. I think Mickey Gall. I don't know what Mickey Gall's turning up. I think he's had some injury problems in the past. That's what he said he had against. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who the heck was it? Diego Sanchez, yeah, and other fighters. So, oh God, I've seen that bloody career. Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm going with Mike Perry now. I can't help it. I just okay. Brandon Allen versus Kyle Dacos. This is a middleweight in the main card debut. Both of them have um, you've got a guy whose record is 9-0 and 14-3 and 0. Both of them the same weight and the stats more or less the same. They're both fighting at 185. Okay. What the hell? Win by what? That doesn't make any sense. So he's must have had it. Win by KO 0. 36% submission. 57% by submission for Brendan Allen, sorry, not Brian Allen, and 7% by decision. What? This doesn't make any sense then. He's not in the UFC, I think that's what it is. But I am personally going to go with a 9-0 fighter. This is a setup for a guy who is 14-3 and 0. He's a good fighter, Brendan Allen. But his main quality he's pretty average on everything really. On his strikes, 2.424, 58%, 3.5% absorbed per minute, 30%. So he does take a lot of shots. In general, submission average 4.47%. Takedown defense is good. And takedown accuracy is also good. So him being taken down isn't going to be very difficult. He can take guys as well down, but it's about 50%. So in general, I've got the momentum favoring Kyle Dacos. However, who knows on that particular fight. Now, Gian Villante versus Maurice Green. Gian Villante, he's been out for a while, I think. I'm not sure, I forgot who he fought last time. But then he did fight. He's been very inconsistent in terms of coming back. He trains with Chris Weidman, and Chris Weidman has a lot of injuries. And I think he's had a lot of injuries. Maybe that's why. Because I think the last time he even fought Shogun and lost to Shogun in a striking battle. He wobbled Shogun and he didn't go for the finish. Instead, he just carried on 1-2, 1-2, 3, 1-2, 3. And if I don't see any improvement in terms of trying to finish fights, I think he's just gonna go the same way. I think he's gonna lose. But then again, with Maurice Green, it's not exactly great for him. So this is a 50-50 matchup. But I'm going to go with Gian Villante for this. I just see him, in terms of, this is a heavyweight as well for the first time. Normally he fights at 205, so he's going to have a lot more power. And with Maurice Green, he's not been fighting. He's been fighting at heavyweight as well, and he's not knocked out guys. He's not a KO artist. He's had a lot of submissions, but he's not a KO artist. That's the thing with Maurice Green. And I think he's got knocked out a few times as well. But for that particular reason, I think that's going to be a good entry for Gian Villante. But I think his style is very, very, very basic. Unless he somehow has some knockout power in his hands now. Because he's training at, he's fighting at 230 pounds. It will be, 225, 230. Then, it's not going to be, it's going to be a long night. I think 3-round decision to Gian Villante, because I think with Gian Villante, his style is not going to change. He's gonna be doing the same thing. 59% by KO, TKO. It's not bad, actually. It's not bad, considering what I thought. I mean, for his recent fights, I've not seen him do anything. But the fact that he didn't KO Shogun when he had the opportunity, that just showed me the fight IQ wasn't there to kind of the urgency to know when to go for it. 50% submissions, I told you, yeah. He was good at submissions. But you're not going to sub. I don't think you're going to submit Gian Villante because, Gian Villante, he trains with Matsera and all them guys, so I don't think he's going to do that. The win by decisions, 25%. Well, let's hope so. Significant strikes, pretty much same. He absorbs more, but he doesn't really have knockout power that much. 0.45 takedown. So he doesn't take. He's a takedown artist, and he doesn't takedown. He doesn't have a takedown average. What kind of crud is that? Takedown accuracy, 22%. Apparently he has none. 83% takedown defense. So that's it. I think it's going to be a 3-round decision. And unfortunately, I think these fights are going to be a bit of a duds, really. And unfortunately, I think this one's definitely going to be a dud. The co-main event's not going to be dud. I I think it's over. But Mickey Gall, I think his chin's. I think it's. I don't know what's happened, but his age has gone on. His health has gone as well. I think, and he's not at that level. I think he was a person who's coming up from the indie scene, the independent scene. Yeah, he was on the independent scene, and but yeah, let's just see what happens. Okay, we've got Sean Woodson versus Julian Erosa. Now, Sean Woodson, this is just a setup for him to beat Julian Erosa. I don't think Julian Erosa's won his last fight. He's on a 7-0 victory run. This is his perfect time to come into the UFC. As such, I don't know actually if he's been in the UFC, but I can't remember, to be honest with you. But in terms of the stats, they're all pretty average. Average, pretty much the same, except Sean Woodson has a good reach advantage, leg reach as well. He has a good leg reach advantage, obviously. You didn't think limbs would be bigger, but what can you do? It's true. He's got a more KO advantage, Julian Erosa, but I think he's lost a few in the roll recently. So you have, personally, yeah, I would say Julian Erosa. I just don't think he's going to win. Submission wins. He's got 41%. He's got decision wins mainly. So I think this is going to be a decision fight. 41%, 45%. Sure, Julian Erosa can do something. I think it depends on, but I think you're fighting a guy who wants to take it to the decision. So you've got a guy who's Sean Woodson who's going to try to move around the ring and stuff, and maybe the reach advantage, etc. But I think Sean Woodson can. I think Sean Woodson can win this clearly. Yep. His defense, takedown defense is, his striking defense is brilliant. Sean Woodson, let's see his takedown defense, 85%. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sean Woodson on that particular part. Now I'm just quickly gonna have a look at the. One minute. Yeah. So here we have Dan Hooker versus Dustin Poirier. Okay. So Dan Hooker, Dan the Man Hooker. Let's have a look at it. All right. Previous victories: Paul Felder, Alec Quinter, James Vick. James Vick, that was a great KO victory in the first round. That was pretty much damn good. He lost to Edson Barbosa. It's no harm, there's no shame in that. Lost to KO punch in the third round. I don't know. Yeah, what can you do? But he was KOing everybody. He KO'd Gilbert Burns. He's fighting for the title now. And he even KO'd Jim Miller, but Jim Miller, let's be honest, he's been ill recently. And like I said, Mark Diakese, he got a submission guillotine knee KO to Ross Pearson. If he can land it, he can finish it for sure. But his last 3 victories, it's very difficult to knock out Paul Felder. He's just got a big head, and it's very difficult to knock him out. Alec Quinter, very same as well. Well, I will make my decision right at the end. So for me, you're fighting. Who you're fighting again? Dustin Poirier, yeah. Dustin Poirier. I think Dustin Poirier, he can wobble. but I do think this is previous wins before that were Max Holloway, Eddie Alvarez, Justin Gaethje, Anthony Pettis. I just think the level of competition is going to be difficult. I think, wow, this is an interesting fact, and I'm going to have to, if I have to pick one, I'm going to go with Dan Hooker now, simply because the other two guys who he fought, Paul Felder, Naya Quinta, they have got good, resiliency. They can take a shot and keep going. So I'm gonna go Dan Hooker, 5-round victory. He's gonna wobble him in some particular round, and then that is gonna be the key to his victory. He's not gonna finish him, I don't think. If he can, he can. He's shown that he can actually finish guys, so I'm gonna give that to him. Mickey Gall, win to Salim Tuhariat, lost to Diego Sanchez, win against George Sullivan. Randy Brown, he's the wrestler we was talking about. And then he beat Sage Northcote. Sage Northcote was mentally not there. Clearly, he could have. He was winning the fight, I think, to be honest. And then Phil Brooks, yeah, Mike Jackson, Warren Templeton. So the level of competition for Mickey Gall is not there. So I am gonna go with TKO KO victory for Platinum Perry. Jeff Neal, Vicente Luque, TKO head kick. Oh my gosh. Decision split. EBX Oliveira. I'm gonna go with. Oh man. I'm gonna go with Mike Perry because he's fought heavier competition. So without a doubt, Mike Perry, KO round 2 or 1. Easy now. Is it gonna be a 5-round fight? There is no way in hell that Mike Perry is not gonna try to knock him out and land those blows. Brendan Allen. Win. Yeah. Finishing guys out. I mean, he had lost Anthony Hernandez. You go up over there. It's 50-51. Well, let's have a look at Kyle Dacos. This is where the real level steps up, and but I'm going to give it to Kyle Dacos, who got the momentum riding. Yeah. Gian Vellante. So 50-50 on this one. He lost on TKO. Now that was in, what date was that? Oh, full bloody year. Oh, no, I just don't know. I don't know why this is even on. These guys are like at the end of their careers, it seems. Really. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Gian Vellante because the other guys lost twice in a row. Morris Green, and his victory, like I said, his victories were at were not KO, and they were mainly submissions, and submissions is his speciality. Julian Erosa, nothing. He's lost the last 3. This is clearly a setup for the other guy to win. See, lost 3 in a row, and he's fighting a guy who's an average fighter decisioning quite a bit. He's easy gonna. This is gonna be the key. So that's it. It's clear than Sean Woodson. The sniper is gonna win this one. So that's it. So my picks are. Oh, Dan Hooker. Definitely gonna go with Dan Hooker. Mike Perry. Oh, that's dangerous. Dakar, whatever. Who would have said it? I can't remember the guy's name. Docker, the guy who's got so many victories in a row, and this one's so obvious. It's crazy. Sean Woodson. Julian Rose has lost 3 in a row. Man, he's not gonna be the. It's gonna be the end for him anyway. That's it from me. If you have any questions, I mean, I don't know. No, I don't mean if you have any questions. Please like, subscribe, share this. That's all I'm going to say right now. Have a great